What's got into the steward? He's always in the courtyard handing out weapons and new armor.
Orders of the captain. He wants everyone to be properly equipped. Something to do with Lord Alistair's return, I think. I don't know what to make of it, but I'd expect there to be some...
Strange ideas on justice.
My Lord Sarwick.
Greetings, Victor. What can I do for you?
My lord, I cannot thank you enough for saving my life during the rioting.
Don't thank me, thank R'hllor. I am only an instrument of his divine plan.
Well, your god seems to have helped the entire town. Did you know that people are returning to town and that trade is slowly resuming?
Is that right?
Only yesterday I ferried in a group of woodsmen and some weavers who'd left for Castlewood several moons ago.
Castlewood, you say? Can you take me there?
From here? It's downstream, couldn't be easier. Just drop the boat in the water and it floats down there by itself.
If that's the case, I will probably need your help soon.
Of course. I owe you at least that. You can find me in the port when you're ready to leave.
We'll serve Riverspring's watch as best we can.
I recognize you. You are one of those who attacked our men during the rioting.
Oh, no, my lord. We've joined your watch. We ran a little wild during the rioting, but no more. We'll fight to the death for Riverspring.
A joy to hear it. Keep doing as you are.
Lord Sarwick, look at...
Alistair, it is a joy to see you again. Do you have news of Gawain?
It is sad news, I'm afraid. Gawain is dead.
Mother have mercy! Poor Gawain! Are you sure?
I saw his body. He was murdered in King's Landing.
But... how is this possible?
Thieves slit his throat.
No! Little brother. No! How could they? We must avenge his death. Did you catch the rats that did this?
Never fear. They've received the punishment they deserve. But they were only following orders.
What do you mean?
Little sister, I am saddened to bring you such news, but your betrothed has blood on his hands.
No! Don't tell me Valar is the one responsible.
Unfortunately, it is true. I even have proof.
No. Tell me it's not true. That man is a monster. What am I to do? I cannot marry that murderer. I could not endure it.
I know, little sister. Your marriage must be stopped at all costs.
But the Queen, she would never change her decision. She will force me to marry him.
All is not lost. I haven't played all my cards yet.
Please, Alistair, help me.
You know our words, Ilyana. Family is hope. Protect it, always. But in order for me to succeed, I need your help. Father hid some documents here that could help me in the fight against Valar. Do you know where he might have hidden the documents?
I am sorry, Alistair, but Father was very secretive. He never confided anything to me. You need to speak with Maester Harwin. If anyone were to know, it would be he. I have no need for this. I have enough troubles as it is.
I can't sit on my father's throne yet. Our land is still in mourning.
Alistair, how was your journey to King's Landing?
The situation there is worse than I imagined. It will prove difficult to stop Valar from claiming the title to Riverspring. And Gawain, is dead.
Gods be good. This is upsetting news, Alistair. What happened?
The Gold Cloaks found him dead amidst the victims of some bloody business.
Poor Gawain.
And the worst is, Valar is responsible for all these killings.
Valar? Can you prove it?
Yes, I retrieved the written order to kill them, signed in his own hand. But I must obtain more proof before I can openly accuse Valar. Otherwise I risk facing the Queen's wrath. One thing at a time, Harwin. I haven't finished with him yet. I have a new ally, Lord Arwood Halton of Castlewood. It was he who helped me trace Gawain.
Lord Halton? I see. He was a great friend of your father's. Did you meet him in King's Landing?
Yes, Gawain was trying to reach him before he disappeared. Lord Halton approached me after a meeting with the Queen and told me what he knew. While looking for my brother, I learned things that could change our land's fate, and perhaps more. Father was already onto it. He wrote all this down and hid the documents somewhere in Riverspring. I must find them.
Hidden documents? If I'm not mistaken, you're not the only one who has sought them.
How so?
Some weeks ago, actually, it was the day your father died. Some of Lord Raynald's bannermen and friends were in Riverspring.
Lord Garth, no need to take offense over such trifling matters. Squabbles between houses are commonplace. Believe me, with patience, things will work out by themselves. By the grace of the gods, learn to relish a king's meal when you can. I have enough problems with my son Gawain. I don't know if I should find anger or joy in his absence at the table.
My lord, come quickly!
What is it now?
Someone has forced his way into your office.
What? Entry is strictly forbidden. I hope that you have put the wretch behind bars.
Well, the man in your office is none other than your son Gawain, my lord.
Gawain? That wretch. I've had enough. That ingrate never ceases to dishonor, disappoint, and disobey me. He's gone too far. I won't tolerate any more of it. Never again.
Come now, my lord. He is your son.
Gawain means nothing to me, Harwin. I only had one son, and he's lost to me. And look at all the trouble he has given me. I should have taken care of this a long time ago. I call on all present to be my witnesses. On this day, I, Lord Raynald Sarwick, do disinherit my son, Gawain, and deprive him of all rights and privileges formerly bequeathed to him. Now I must chase him from my chambers. This latest outrage will be his last. I must take my leave now. Come with me, Harwin.
Raynald, my friend. I know we have our differences, but today I share your pain. I am saddened to hear what Gawain has done. But despite my affection for him, I must admit that you are right. If he were to become lord of your house, he would cause its downfall.
Not only mine, Arwood. The same fate would befall all of the lands that depend on Riverspring. When the rot sets in, it remains only to cut it out. It's as simple as that.
Are you certain you made the right decision, my lord?
I made the only decision that my good-for-naught son made possible. By the gods, I swear even his sister would be the better one to succeed me. Let's get this.
Father!
Gawain, this door was locked. But that didn't stop you from going through my things, did it?
Father, I know about the Brotherhood. I only want to help you.
Seven hells, who asked you to interfere? What's at stake here is too important for you to become involved. This is enough. I stopped believing that you could replace Alistair a long time ago. This ends now. I'm disinheriting you.
No! I don't know who's been putting these ideas into your head. I beg of you, Father!
Silence! If anyone has put anything in my head, it would be you. You and your inability to listen. You and your disrespect. You have brought enough trouble on this house. If you have an ounce of respect left for the Sarwick name, you will not make another scene.
Father! Listen to me!
Enough! Leave me now. I would not see you again.
Your father chased your brother from the room without any further ado, and wouldn't hear so much as an explanation from him.
And then? You were saying it happened the day my father died.
Your father went to sleep right after the incident. The poison was already in his veins by then. He never saw the sunrise.
I see. Has anyone been in this room since?
No. I locked the door after the incident, so that no one could enter it. You might also be faced with many locked doors during your investigation. Take my keys. They should all be there.
Do you think Garwin was looking for the same documents that I am?
I only know that when you spoke of these hidden documents, I immediately remembered the incident. If your father was concealing any documents, they would be in this room.
I've never seen his office in such a state. Even the shield he was so proud of no longer hangs on the wall.
Your sister was forced to sell the shield after the rioting. We needed the coin after giving the castle's supplies to the villagers, as you had ordered.
Thank you, Harwin. You may take your leave now. I can handle this alone.
Very well, my lord.
There's nothing here. There's nothing here. No trace of Father's documents. They must be here somewhere. Incredible. A secret door.
Lady Eliana.
We know he set off for Riverspring, and 2 weeks have passed with no news.
A word, please. I'm sorry to trouble you like this, but I think you ought to concern yourself with this matter.
What are you talking about, Graydon?
You heard the discussion between Lady Eliana and the other two, didn't you?
I vaguely remember overhearing some people asking for news of their father. Why would that concern me?
I'm afraid that it concerns the whole of Riverspring, my lord. The two young ones talking to your sister were looking for their father, Lord Quen Roxton. He happens to be locked away in our dungeons at the moment.
What? You have taken a lord prisoner?
Yes, on orders from your sister, my lord. And I'm afraid that it might all get out of hand. The Roxtons are a powerful family. They could do great harm to our lands if they so desired. Unfortunately, that's all I know. You'd better talk to your sister, or with the younger Roxtons. Perhaps you could even go and see their father in his cell.
I will see what I can do. Thank you, Graydon. Eliana, we need to talk.
I don't have time, Alistair. I have urgent matters to attend to.
I know all about it, Eliana. I'm here to help. The Lord cannot stay in our dungeons.
How did you find out?
That's of no consequence. What matters is avoiding a bloodbath. Lord Roxton belongs to a powerful house. This could become serious. How did this happen?
Lord Roxton came with a handful of armed men and started attacking our people. Ryman and his men managed to overpower them and we threw him in the dungeons.
Why would he attack Riverspring?
About 2 years ago, when Riverspring was already struggling with debt, Father asked for his help. Lord Roxton had more gold dragons in his coffers than he did subjects on his estate. We hoped he would lend us some of his fortune so the people wouldn't go hungry. We would then have time to find a more permanent solution. Father asked for his help, but the swine demanded my hand in marriage in exchange. I was left with no choice but to accept.
Obviously, that wedding didn't take place. What happened?
Well, he did pay us the purse as promised. But shortly after, he learned that I was courting someone else. Kristen. A good man, but a peasant. He lived just behind the forge. I can assure you that nothing dishonorable happened between us. But when Quen Roxton saw me in his company, he found it hard to take.
How did he react?
He called off the wedding and asked us to pay back the money. But we had already spent it feeding the people. So he went back home and dwelled upon it for many years. When word of Father's death reached him, he came here with his men and started taking possessions from our townsfolk.
I see. So you locked him in the dungeons. I will deal with this, little sister. Leave it to me.
Be careful, Alistair. Some of Lord Roxton's men are still around the town and they are real brutes.
Fear not. I will come and see you again when I know more. Well, I should go and see the younger Roxtons.
Yes? What do you want?
We should talk.
So, first the adulterer, now the Red Priest.
I am Alistair Sarwick, and these are my lands. Therefore, your problem is of concern to me.
Ah. Forgive our ignorance, we were not aware.
No matter.
I was told there were 3 of you. So who is the last of your litter? A wildling, perhaps? Or something worse?
Calm yourself, Meredith. Forgive my sister, sir. The situation is rather a burden for us, and she takes after her father.
I am not sure I fully understand why you are here.
Oh, don't play the innocent with us.
As we explained to your sister, our father, Lord Quen Roxton, has disappeared. When he left our castle, he went to Riverspring. He had a few disputes to settle.
Disputes?
Yes. But disputes is a weak word.
You're the one who is weak, Edwin. Tell him how it is. The Sarwicks have well and truly cheated us.
Cheated you? How so?
Your sister was betrothed to our father a few years ago. Her hand was offered in exchange for our gold, to bolster the coffers of your dying lands.
And what happened?
Your sister turned out to be a harlot. That's what happened on the very eve of the wedding. Father found his betrothed in bed with a peasant.
That is what our father told us when he came back from Riverspring. He was furious and wanted revenge.
After the disgrace caused by your sister, the wedding was immediately called off. But the gold we gave you as a dowry was never repaid. Following Lord Raynald's death, our father decided it was time to go in person and collect what was owed to us. Since then, he has disappeared without a trace. Your sister is at fault. She dishonored our agreement. We demand that our gold be repaid.
So that is what you're interested in. Coin.
And our father, of course.
Be quiet, Edwin. For all we know, Father might very well have fallen from his horse on his way here. But it does not change the fact that you still owe us the gold. Is that clear?
I see. There are a hell of a lot of differences between Eliana's version of events and that of the Roxtons. If Little Sister had the right of it, and there really was no adultery, then the Roxtons stopped the wedding without good reason. In that case, we are not duty-bound to pay them back. However, if Eliana was actually mistaken, I need to know what's going on. I have to find Kristen. Eliana said that he lived behind the town's forge.
Master Alistair, do you recognize me?
Should I?
You opened my eyes when we met on the docks. I was about to jump in the water after losing both my sons to the rioting, but your words guided me towards the Lord's light, and that gave me fresh will to live.
You'll see that it will do a lot more than that. It brings me great joy to know that I helped restore your lost hope.
I would like to repay you now. I've had a few things brought over from beyond the narrow sea for Master Denio. I'm sure there's something of interest to you.
Very well. I'll have a look.
Master Alistair, my dear friend, there you are at last.
Master Denio? I didn't think to see you here so soon.
Your idea seemed to delight Betharios. I was soon able to leave our temple on Bravos with a small group of followers.
The prospect of bringing the Lord's light to the lands of my birth fills me with as much joy as it does him. Your mission here is very difficult. The people will not easily turn away from the faith of the Seven.
After many fruitless attempts to bring faith in Relore to these lands, I think we are aware of that, Alistair.
That's not all. This town has suffered for a long time and its people are fragile. They're as vulnerable as they are dangerous.
Never fear. I've worked in far worse conditions before. My mission in these parts will be a glorious success.
Very well, Master Denio. I hope everything will go well.
I think it shall, but I have not been deaf to your counsel.
Do you know where to start? Knowing you as I do, you would certainly have a plan, Denio.
You are right, Master Alistair. I've an idea about how to convert the people of this town to our religion. We shall not upset or dissuade them by burning symbols of their idols just yet. For the moment, I will make do with putting up pyres every evening. They tend to win over the small folk by showing them the power of fire.
It was during such a sight that I myself discovered my path in life. Life at the temple in Bravos seems long ago now. I still look back with fondness at all those good times.
I often think back to the day we were visited by Master Mokoro of Volantis.
I shall carry the scars of his visit on my right arm for life. But certainly I would do it all again without hesitation if I had the choice.
That day, you came closer to the Lord of Light than most of us have ever been.
I must leave you now, Master Denio. There is still much for me to do before this town is put to rights.
May you walk in the light of the Lord.
Can.
Would you like an escort, my lord?
That will not be necessary.
Lord Sarek, look how dashing we are in this attire.
We'll serve Riverspring's watch.
Carry the burden of all of Riverspring.
Move along, stranger. We're here on orders from Lord Roxton, and those orders include dealing with troublemakers harshly.
I am the only one who gives orders around here. I am Alistair Sarwick. Let me through, or I will order my guards to arrest you, and you'll be sacrificed to the Holy Flame to pay for your insult.
Let him through.
Open the door, Kristen.
Who are you? What do you want from me?
I am Alistair Sarwick, your lord. Get out here or I'll break this door down.
Alistair? Brother of my sweet Eliana?
The very same.
Very well. I'm coming out.
Kill the beggar. Try not to hurt Lord Sarwick.
Nice and death. Those soldiers weren't going to stop until they had your head.
You saved my life, my lord. I don't know how to thank you.
Just explain to me what happened between you and Eliana.
Between me and... Oh, my lord. We have fallen in love. That's what has happened.
How did you meet? I need all the details.
It happened a long time ago. Your sister came to see me whilst she was going for a walk in town. She chose me, as it were. You could say love led her to me. It would seem she could not ignore my considerable charm. It's as simple as that.
So, what did you do that made those men so driven to kill you?
Some time after we met, Eliana came to see me. I played the lute for her. But then that lout Quen Roxton stormed into my home like a boar in heat.
You played the lute? They are saying that you lay with her on that day, in spite of her betrothal to Lord Roxton.
Lay with her? Gods be good if only that were true. With respect, my lord, I only glimpsed enough of your sister's flesh to set my heart aflame. I hoped that it might happen. But that brute Quen Roxton was yelling so much that I didn't have the chance. Lady Eliana had no choice but to return to the castle with him and try to calm him down. She told me she would come back as soon as possible. But it would seem she has been unable to do so.
I see. Well, Lord Roxton is not going to calm down anytime soon. You must come to the castle with me. If we wish to settle the matter, there is no other choice. I need you in order to prove my sister's innocence.
Ah, very well. If Lady Eliana needs me, then I will be there for her.
Let's go then. However, I believe Lord Roxton intends to make things difficult for us. He must have given orders for his men to kill you, should the opportunity arise. He has posted men at different entrances to the castle to block our way.
The main gate looks like less of a risk to me. The gate overlooking the docks seems more suited to an ambush.
Let's take the bridge. The most important thing is that you reach the castle alive. Let's go. Be on your guard if you wish to stay alive. They will target you.
I shall, my lord. For Eliana. As I was saying, thank you for helping me. I did not really know what to do.
It is not over yet.
Oh, I know full well. But as soon as I am with my sweet Eliana, I will not even fear death itself.
Do you truly love her?
Oh, yes. She is so beautiful, so strong. That swine Roxton thinks he can just come and call for her like a filly from his stables. But our love is stronger than anything, and there is nothing he can do about it. Hurry! Dashing we are in this attire. Thank you, my lord Alistair. I don't know what fate those brutes had in mind for me, but I'm glad I never had to find out.
I managed to find Kristen. Roxton's men tried to kill him, but I was able to get him safely to the castle.
Well, I suppose that's good news.
We must settle the matter with the Roxtons immediately. Let's hope we will be able to come to an agreement. Let's send for the Roxtons, all three of them. And let's also send for Kristen.
Wait. Alistair, I'm sorry, but I did not tell you the whole truth. The poor boy, he was the only means I found to avoid getting married. I arranged it so that Lord Roxton would find us together and see enough to assume the worst. I never imagined things would end up like this. The situation has spiraled out of my control.
So, you used poor Kristen as an unwitting pawn in this game of politics. Well, what is done is done. We now need to settle the matter once and for all. Lady Meredith, Lord Edwin, you might be somewhat surprised by what you are about to see.
Really? Have you decided to pay back the gold you owe us?
Not exactly. Guards, bring in the prisoner.
Light, at last! Praise the Seven!
Father!
Sir Alistair, what is the meaning of this?
Your father was in our dungeons. He was locked up after he and his armed men entered the town with aggressive intent and without my permission. We preferred to keep it a secret, so we had time to settle the matter from our side.
Settle the matter? What do you mean?
I have brought Kristen, whom you accuse of committing adultery with my sister.
That son of a bitch! You locked me away in your dungeons, and now this? This is one insult too many. The little roach must die, here and now.
As far as I know, there is no proof of the adultery you claim. Admit it. You did not even see anything worthy of your accusations.
How dare you? Your slut of a sister was half naked on that runt's bed. Do you take me for a fool?
Calm yourself, Father.
He's a poxy little gutter rat. I demand compensation in blood.
I repeat, you have no proof. The alleged culprits are strongly protesting their innocence.
Very well. In that case, we demand a trial by combat. The gods will decide who is truly guilty.
What?
To first blood. Edwin will be my champion. It is now for you to choose a champion, Lady Eliana.
Alistair, I'm sorry. I think things are now out of my control. Would you agree to be my champion?
Very well. I will fight.
May the Seven guide your hand.
Fight! Enough. You have won, sir.
I expect you to honor the result of the duel, Lord Roxton.
This little ritual is ridiculous. Don't think you can get away with this so easily.
The gods have spoken, Meredith. Do you dare cast doubt on their judgment?
The duel was only a matter of honor. That is not enough to repay your debt.
No, this will suffice. Lord Roxton's behavior might be considered an act of war. That is a crime punishable by death. If you want to complain about my sister's supposed adultery to our liege lord's House Lannister, please be my guest. Given the number of witnesses I have on my side, I wouldn't give it long before your heads sit atop spikes.
You thieving swine.
That's enough, Meredith. He has the right of it. You are truly your father's son, Sir Alistair, and just as despicable.
This is too much.
Don't expect me to make the same mistakes next time.
Nicely put, Alistair. An act of war punishable by death, eh? That took some thinking.
I had to try something. To tell the truth, I have no idea if I spoke the truth or not. But it looks like they know no more of it than I. Go home, Kristen, and thank your gods that you are still alive.
I certainly will. At last we are free to express our love for each other, Eliana.
I'm sorry, Kristen, but that will not happen. I do not feel the same way.
What? But what do you mean, my sweet?
My advances towards you were not genuine. I only made them to make Lord Roxton call off the wedding. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would go this far. But now that this business is over, you must forget about me.
What?
I never loved you, Kristen. Leave, I beg you, and never come back.
Thank you, my lord.
So, you were able to go back to your master?
Yes, my lord.
I hope you'll work for him. Riverspring needs every able man in order to return to its former splendor.
Yes. Yes, my lord.
Very well. Keep up the good work.
Wait.
What is it?
Here. For you.
I thank you.
You finally returned to town.
We crossed paths during the rioting, didn't we? Aren't you Preston?
Yes. And your crossbowmen threatened us.
If I remember correctly, you were an ardent follower of Tyrek during the rioting. I hope you now realize that it is wiser not to rise above your rank in this world.
Tyrek died for a cause he believed in, like many people did that day.
After all this, I don't know what to think anymore. Was his struggle in vain?
It was a worthy cause, but he chose the wrong enemy. The Sarwicks have only ever wanted the best for its people.
I'm going to give you a chance, Alistair. There is hope again in Riverspring, and I wouldn't want to stand in the way of that. Just know that I'll be watching.
That is all I ask of you. Is everything well, Ryman?
I've just taken in a killer who's been spilling blood all over town. I've never seen anyone fight so well. He slit a guard's throat before I had a chance to unsheath my sword.
Let us be thankful that he's in the dungeons now. What about you, Ravella? How are you?
Very well, my lord. How can we be of service?
I need to get to my father's documents, but they're locked away somewhere. I am confident that this paper holds the key to getting to them. A riddle, a poem that my father wrote. I'm trying to find some of his documents.
That would be quite typical of Reynold. He was quite taken with riddles.
This one seems to refer to our family. This one talks about you too, Ravella. Is the throne in the castle the same one my parents married in front of?
Yes, indeed. Nonetheless, I cannot imagine where Lord Reynold could have concealed anything. If he managed to conceal something, only a keen eye would spot it.
I see. And this line, the warrior, must be referring to you, Ryman, I suppose.
For what I know or care, it may be referring to me or to anyone.
What can I do for you, Alistair?
Nothing in particular. I thought the passageway led to a secret room. But it would seem that I'm in the castle's catacombs. This place must be hundreds of years old. R'hllor, hear my prayers and guide me through the shadows. This door has a strange lock. Something is engraved upon it. A Sarwick's sword is his nature, his virtue, and his honor. The latch mechanism seems to be linked to a set of notched metal wheels. There are 3 wheels arranged vertically. Words are inscribed onto each wheel. I imagine you have to line up the right word in order to unlock each one. Moreover, there's an inscription to the left of each of these wheels. I'll have a look at the first one. Some are red with blood, others are brown from rust. What color is the Sarwick sword? His sword is white. I heard a click. On to the next one. An old sword for a peasant. Valerian steel for the hero. How is a Sarwick sword described? His sword is broken. Another click. Only one to go. Warriors keep it by their side. Assassins hide it in their coat. Where does a Sarwick keep his sword? A broken white sword. That is our heraldry. The door is opening. I did it. Thank the Lord of Light. I've done it. This is probably the room where the Brotherhood used to meet. If these documents are indeed hidden in Riverspring, this is where they must be. So, here are the documents Lord Halton spoke of. The Targaryen dragon is indeed on the bottom of each page, and their contents are encrypted. Impossible to understand. I must hand them to Lord Halton, so he can tell me what they say. So, this thief has helped bring ruin to Riverspring. Lord Halton was to visit him in his manse in King's Landing. I shall go myself and make him pay for these atrocities.
Ah, Lord Sarwick. You want me to take you to Castlewood now?
I still have some matters to attend to.
Good day, my lord. This is the Metz of Melador Brax. What may I do for you?
I would like to meet with the Collector. I am one of the Brotherhood. Take me to him.
But you must be mistaken. There is no one here under that name.
So, you deny it? Very well. I see it is pointless talking with you further. Your master will pay for what he has done to Riverspring.
Never. You'll never find him. You will die before that.
Is that so? You'd best run and warn him then, so he can start praying for his salvation.
Guards! This man wants our master dead. Kill him!
There you are, coward.
So, there you are. Discretion is not one of your talents, I see.
Malador Brax, the people of Riverspring are dying because of you, as are the slaves who rot in your prison. You must die for that.
Oh, so you must be Alistair. I hope you're not expecting me to beg for mercy. Your wretched family has been getting in my way for too long. Your father did all he could to oppose my plans. You cannot imagine what joy it was to get my revenge by slowly draining lovely Riverspring of its blood. I was deprived of the chance to cut dear Reynald's throat. But taking your life will make up for that.
How could Father's Brotherhood welcome such a monster into its midst? I did well to put an end to the vile deeds of this madman, for Riverspring and for Father.
Ah, Lord Sarwick. You want me to take you to Castlewood now?
Exactly. Let's get there as fast as we can.
We're away in King's Landing. For you.
What is it?
It seems to be a weapon of sorts. Grey Thunder sent it.
Ah, excellent. So, he was able to find the favorite weapon of the first of the Baratheons. Where have you sent it?
It's in your office, under watch as usual.
Perfect, Alexander. You're dismissed.
Very well, my lord.
Oh, Sir Alistair. It is a joy to meet you again.
I found the documents. As you said, they are encrypted and bear the Targaryen dragon.
Let us look. Yes, these are the documents. Admirable, my friend. Your father was not lying when he said you were resourceful.
You were saying that these documents contain proof that could help me bring down Valar.
That is true. However, we must have my Meister transcribe them in order to get at their details.
How long will it take?
A few days, I think, allowing us ample time to ready for our departure. We're missing one piece to complete our plan.
Are you talking about the woman that Valar is tracking for the Queen?
Yes. My spy says that they now know where she's hiding, but I hope to find her before he does. I sent Sir Ethan and his best swords to find her. That should put an end to the schemes of the Queen and her dog.
How is she a threat to the Queen? Is she one of Robert's bastard children too?
Jane Greystone is our enemy's main weakness, and the key to our plan. Targaryen blood runs through her veins. She's one of Eris's direct descendants.
She's the former king's daughter.